Dandelion is another great winter crop. It's a special cultivated variety. This is very different than, dandelions in your grass or something. This dandelion grows very big. Can go, a couple feet high, and it grows in a nice vase cone shape. Really beautiful. When we first started doing it, we were cutting the whole plant because it just seemed to make sense because it was so pretty. We only grow dandelion in sort of the back of the house, along the side of the house. And now what we did is we start cutting it as cut and come again. Dandelion greens, they're not all that popular because they're very, very bitter. So there's not a lot of people who like them, but the people who do like them a lot. And if you do restaurant sales, restaurants like them. The restaurants are probably going to want the whole plant, but you can see if you convince them to take it as a cut and come again, especially in the winter. If I were to grow them in the summer, I would cut the whole plant off. But because they're not as popular for me, I try to grow them in a space where I'm not using, and so the back of the house is a really nice spot for that, or along the edges, I grow it there. That works really nice. But as a cut and come again, it's really, really amazing. It grows so fast. We're coming into the beginning of February, and in New York, that's the 10-hour day. When we get the 10-hour day once again. And so these things are growing incredibly fast. Every time I walk in this house, I look at them and they're bigger. It seems like they're bigger than they were the day before. So we'll definitely get a nice, another nice cutting out of them. We're going to wait until they're a lot bigger. And we cut them and then bunch them and bring them to the market, and they're a real treat. It's a great thing to add, but as I said, they're not hugely popular. Like, I want to make sure I have enough spinach, lettuce, arugula, kale, things that are a bit more popular before growing this. But because of its growth habit where it grows tall rather than out, and it is a specialty crop, so you can charge a bit more, that we can grow it pretty tight, and it can fit anywhere, so that I don't need to bring a seeder in there to do it. I can just toss it in a very small area against the edge of the house. So it's a great place to just add in different places. So we start a whole bunch of it in September, October, and then we just fill it in. We just, when there's a place open, we just start filling it in, and it holds very well. So the timing isn't much of an issue. Nothing's really going to happen to it. It's just going to stay and hold until you harvest it. So anyway, it's another great crop. It is delicious. You can convince people to get it. But just another interesting thing to have on the table that's not baby green.